Hey, what's good, everybody? So it appears Claressa Shields has issues with Laila Ali. Um, at one time in an interview, Laila Ali had stated that if given the right amount of money, she would come out of retirement. And it appears Claressa Shields has come up with that kind of money, but Laila Ali's still not interested. I just think we need to leave our retired fighters alone because what are you going to prove? If you happen to beat Laila Ali, you beat a retired fighter. But if you happen to lose to Laila Ali, you just lost to a retired fighter, so that would be embarrassing. I just think that we need to have respect for retired fighters because remember, at one time or another, you're gonna retire, and I would think you would want people to respect your retirement. Imagine the next person in their prime challenging you once you retire, and then if you are so arrogant, you're gonna get in that ring and then get your ass whooped, and then you're gonna be thinking back at this moment like, damn, I should have. I need to be respectful. Leave these retired fighters alone. It's not like we have a time machine that we can bring back the fighter in their prime to prove who is once and for all the GOAT. If we could do that, we would put plenty of fighters in the ring and finally settle that debate of who could be the best in every weight class and all that. But it's not possible. The closest we could do is put, statistics of each fighter in a computer algorithm, and even that doesn't calculate, fighters' instinct and, hard for the sport and all that. So it's not going to really prove anything. So, yeah, I honestly blame Jake Paul for this because he has just fought people that have never fought before or people that are retired or like people that are in MMA, which it's a completely different style. And they're usually retired themselves from MMA. So unless you're willing to get kicked upside the head, you're not fighting them at 100%, and you're not fighting someone that has like professionally ranked and they're currently active. You're fighting retired people. I don't want to take anything away from Jake Paul. He does training. He's good at what he does, but he hasn't fought anybody pound for pound like fighting ranked fighters. Like he fights retired people that haven't been in it for the longest time. So yeah, I blame Jake Paul for this type of disrespect that currently happens. I mean, I have zero experience in the fighting ring. I'd fight Jake Paul for that kind of money, but but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that we need to respect our retired fighters, or do you think that they need to get in the ring and settle it?